Good afternoon, student. Today I am going to discuss about a rolling rigid body. Okay. Let us consider a homogeneous rigid body rolling on a rough inclined plane. It is shown in the figures. At the radius, the body is rolled about the point P. Okay. So what is the net kinetic energy of the rolling body? So look here. The total kinetic energy of the rigid body. Since it is a rough inclined plane, so that there is no slipping. So total kinetic energy of the rigid body is equal to half IP omega square, like half I omega square. Okay. Here IP is the moment of inertia of the rigid body about the point P, and IP equal to, that is I center of mass plus mr square. Here I center of mass is the moment of inertia of the rigid body about the center of mass O. Okay. Moment of inertia of the rigid body about an axis of center mass O. Okay. So now, in place of IP, write down the center mass of moment of inertia about O and mr square. The equation became the total kinetic energy half center mass of the moment of inertia plus mr square is omega square. Okay. Half ICM omega square. And it is mr square omega square. Okay. Half ICM, in place of omega square, write down the velocity vector to the center mass by your r square. Here you replace this data by your the velocity vector of center mass, that is mv square. Okay. After multiplying half, you also half here. Now taking common, half VCM square I center mass by r square plus m. So this is the total kinetic energy of the rigid body roll on a rough horizontal surface. Clear? Suppose that this rigid body is rolled on an inclined plane. The condition is without slipping. Okay. Then what is the velocity of the body when it rolls in the inclined plane? It is a rough one. So look here. When the rigid body roll on a rough inclined plane without slipping, the total potential energy converted into your kinetic energy. Okay. It is H with the angle theta. So look here, the distance covered by the body from top to bottom is your H. potential energy equal to mgh by kinetic energy on the rough surface is your half center mass of the velocity ICM by r square plus m. Okay. Here, when the body rolls from top to bottom on a rock inclined plane, the whole potential energy is converted into your kinetic energy. So, it is half Vcm square ICM by r square plus m equal to mgh. Okay. Now, equating this equation, Vcm square equal to 2 mgh by I Cm by r square plus m. By taking common m from numerator to denominator, the equation becomes gh I Cm by mr square is 1. It is your m. Cancelling the factor m in numerator denominator, it is Vcm equal to 2gh by ICM by mr square plus 1. Okay. It is under root. Replacing this factor ICM by r square by a factor beta. ICM by mr square equal to beta, suppose that. Now Vcm equal to 2gh. It is beta plus 1 under root. The beta is called your rotational inertia parameter. Okay. Or simply the rotational parameter. So now the velocity equal to 2gh by beta plus 1. Beta is replaced by this value ICM by mr square. Okay. Accelerations of the body, the rigid body. It became, using the equations, v square equal to the initial velocity plus 2 ACM x. Okay. Because it is covered distance x here. So VCM is, you know that 2gh by beta plus 1 is under root whole square. This value is 0. The initial velocity equal to 2 ACM x. Okay. Now the equation became 2gh by beta plus 1 equal to acceleration of the center mass. So x is the factor 2 here. ACM equal to gh by x beta plus 1. The acceleration of center mass now g h by x by x, that is your sin theta. Okay. By beta plus 1. So this is the accelerations of the rigid body. Now the time required by the rigid body to reach from top to bottom by covering distance x. Using the equations, h will be equal to half a square. In place of s, write down x. Initial velocity is half ACM t square. Okay. Initial velocity is 0. Now t square equal to 2x by ACM. And t is equal to 2x by ACM under root. The 2 x equal to, you know that sin theta is equal to your P by H, then X equal to H by sin theta. Okay. So here we put H by sin theta. In place of ACM, we put the value b sin theta by 1 plus beta. Okay. Now solving this equation, t equal to 2h 1 plus beta, g here, sin theta is under root, taking sin theta outside, 1 by sin theta 2h 1 plus beta by g is under root. Okay. So this is the required time by the body to reach the lowest point here. Now the cylinder rolling down without slipping in a rough inclined plane. In a rough inclined plane. When the solid cylinder rolls on an inclined plane, we take the condition without slipping. Here, the line of contact with the plane is momentarily at rest. Okay. So that the solid cylinder rotates about that line of axis. These are conditions for the cylinder roll in an inclined plane without slipping. Clear? So, in an inclined plane, the solid cylinder is roll here in an inclined plane. Then what is the force acting on this solid cylinder? Look here. One of the force in normal direction and the weight of the body is your mg, and frictional force. The mg is real two component, mg sin theta and mg cos theta. So one by one we will discuss the forces acting on the solid cylinder. One is weight, that is mg. This weight is a two component, mg cos theta and mg sin theta. Second one is normal reaction. It is R. Third one is your frictional force parallel to the plane. The torque acting on the solid cylinder due to your frictional force. Okay. And it rotates about the line of action. These are the force acting on your solid cylinder, which is shown in the figure. And this inclined plane make an angle theta with a horizontal plane. It is a horizontal plane. Okay. Here, the torque develops, or the torque acting on the solid cylinder is due to your frictional force. Okay. So that the body rotates about an axis and roll on the inclined plane. According to Newton's second law of motion, the net force acting on the solid cylinder is mg sin theta minus f equal to ma. It is acceleration of the center mass. The torque acting on the solid cylinder is due to your frictional force. Tau is equal to R into F. Also, tau is equal to I alpha. And here alpha is equal to ACM by R. So, by putting these two equation of torque, R into F is equal to I, the acceleration, and R, and F equal to I ACM by R square. Okay. This is the equation of the frictional force. Put this value here. The equation become now mg sin theta minus I and acceleration, that is r square, that is m is acceleration a. Okay. Now if you do these equations, I is m r square equal to mg sin theta, ACM equal to mg sin theta by your m plus I by r square. Here put in this equation again in this way, mg sin theta, taking m common, 1 plus I mr square. The moment of inertia of the solid cylinder I is equal to half mr square. Okay. Note it. So now the equations of acceleration became ACM equal to mg sin theta m 1 plus half mr square by mr square. Okay. Considering this factor, this mass also here, which became g sin theta by d by 2. Okay. The equation became now 2 by g sin theta. Is the equation of acceleration. Now, what is the equation of force? Frictional force. F is equal to I ACM by r square. I will use half mr square. ACM is 2 by 3. G GL G sin theta. So divided by r square. Cancel equal to 2 half square r square. Okay. It is here simply 1 by 3 mg sin theta. It is your frictional force. Now, the condition is that for no slipping of the solid cylinder, a roll on an inclined plane, F by R is less than equal to your static friction. Okay. Then F equal to 1 by 3 mg sin theta and x r is equal to, not acceleration, r is equal to this value. So it is r equal to, you know that, mg cos theta. One by 3 tan theta less than equal to 0. So this is a condition for a solid cylinder roll an inclined plane without slipping.